Good evening, gentlemen. I want to congratulate you first of all on your victory over Kingman. I was able to watch you guys through the miracle that is known as the internet. I got to tell you, when I was in high school, the idea of watching football games played in high school on the internet would have been pretty groundbreaking. We did have the internet when I was in high school, by the way, so stop your giggling to yourself. I'm not that old. We've got coaches that are that old, but I'm not that old. So we're still here in quarantine at the Dual House. Our quarantine lifts on Sunday, so that's why I'm broadcasting you once again from the Dual family basement. This is where I keep all my weights and stuff. But I wanted to talk to you about responsibility. We're trying to fulfill our responsibility to society by being quarantined, just in case one of us comes down with COVID, even after having tested negative. I don't quite understand it, but that's the rules, that's the way it works. I want to talk to you about responsibility as it applies to football. Now, one of my favorite responsibilities as an offensive lineman, I was a guard, one of the interior positions on the line. One of my favorite responsibilities was to release and block a linebacker. Now, I was not a very big offensive lineman. I never quite made it to 200 pounds. So trying to block somebody just straight on was really difficult because usually I had a disadvantage by about 30 pounds or maybe more, maybe even 100 pounds. So that's why I like to go and get linebackers, because they're about my size or smaller, and usually they didn't see me coming, which made them very easy to tip over. It's good fun. But more than just the idea of responsibility, meaning your particular assignment on any given play or any given situation, I was thinking about responsibility as it applies to life more broadly. So what responsibilities do you have as football players? Well, you have a responsibility to one another in a few different ways. You need to know your game and know your craft and know the plays and have kind of a head knowledge of how things work. If you blow your coverage and there's a touchdown over your position, that's because you didn't fulfill your responsibility. That's one way that can happen. You also have a responsibility to keep your body in as good a shape as possible. This is why it's good to condition. This is why your coaches have been working with you this whole time, that you stay in shape. If you go kind of half speed on your conditioning, you're going to be out of shape for when it comes time to play the game in the fourth quarter when everything's on the line. So you have a responsibility to take care of your body. Also, if you're stuffing cheeseburgers in your face right before the game or something like that, and you feel sick for the whole game and you can't play at your top level, that would be a blown responsibility. This is good that the team feeds you the evening before so that you're all ready to go with good nutrition. Also, you've got responsibilities to one another when things go wrong. So it's easy to get into a negative mindset and to just pile on the guy that made the mistake, right? Or that did something wrong. You've got a responsibility to do the opposite of that, to be an encouragement, to say, hey man, we'll get him next time. You're doing fine. You get out there and you do your job and forget about the play that just happened. Or just step aside and let coach give them the talking to that they need, because the coaches know what you guys need. You also have a responsibility to each other outside of football. In the classroom, you have a responsibility to stay eligible academically in order to play the game together. You have a responsibility in your own behavior that you don't get yourself kicked out of school so that you can't play football anymore. So there's a lot of responsibilities in order to play the game. And if the goal is to go all out, all game, all season, you have to take up the mantle of responsibility that goes along with that. Well, gentlemen, good luck tomorrow. I'll be cheering for you. I'll be watching from afar, and we will see you next time.